The following feature presentation is part of the All for Sci-Fi Podcast Network.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
If you only knew the power of the dark side. Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
No. I am your father.
I'll be back.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Oh,
It's
no.
a trap! The needs of the many outweigh.
Testing.
The needs of the few.
For the one.
Hey, Mike, what's going on?
Two.
Hello, Mike.
Let us know if you could hear
Or
us.
do not. There is no try.
To infinity with Captain Richter Spacecraft. Live long.
Give me my space cat back.
Get away from her, you bitch!
Don't talk like that around
Wait a
me.
minute. Wait a minute, Doc.
Very good.
Are you telling me that you built a time machine? Out of a DeLorean?
Bye-bye, boys.
Have fun storming the castle.
Think it'll work?
Goodbye.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Stop saying that!
I see dead people.
So does Captain Richter.
So what? You said that.
Why so serious?
I volunteer! I volunteer!
Oh, what a great sister.
I volunteer as tribute!
What I do is not up to you.
Chewie. We're home.
Favorite part of the Force Awakens.
The force is with me.
I am one with the Force. And the Force is with me.
I'm one with the force and the force is with me.
I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me. The Fourth is coming up too.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. And welcome to the All for Sci-Fi Weekly Webcast. I'm your host, Eric Walker. Next to me is the laughable.
Captain Richter, Trickster, or just don't come here late for any type of food. I'm always
Yeah,
hungry.
and yes, the Force and the Fourth are both with us
Yes.
coming up soon. So hopefully you guys hear us. We don't have our headphones on because something's going
we can't hear
squirrely.
us.
I think one of my machines that lets us put our headphones on is not working, so we couldn't hear ourselves in the headsets anyway. So, but you guys, I think Dante said the audio is good, so we'll go with that and we'll keep the mics on. But we have a great show today, Captain Rickster.
Oh, yes, we do.
We have a lot to catch up on, right, guys?
Yes, we do.
Yeah. Yeah. Eric wants me to set off fireworks early. Yes, I do.
Yes, he does.
I do want you to set off fireworks early. So let's start the show off talking about what's coming up. We're going to be at Rebel Scum Con,
Yep.
June 20. It's the show is the 27th through the 30th, but the first day for the actors is the 28th on a Friday.
Right.
I think the 27th is the preview night. And
Probably preview and setup.
something like that. And let me see here. So that's coming up. We're excited about that. Over 40 of us Star Wars actors are going to be there.
Yep.
Of course, Ahmed Best is going to be there. The Luke and Leia twins just got announced. They're going to be there from Obi-Wan Kenobi. Exciting. So, and I think they had a last minute one, Tate Fletcher.
Kate Fletcher, yeah.
Paz Vizsla is going to be there, which is pretty incredible. So I'm excited to be there. We don't know if we're going to be performing, though. So it looks like it's up in the air. They've had some issues with trying to find a place for us to perform. So that might not happen. We might have a surprise guest later in the show that will come on stage and talk a little bit more about Rebel Scum if he's available. Bobby Bobertson. So we'll see. And so we got a lot to talk about. How was your week, Captain Rickster?
It was great. It was hot. It was tiresome, but it was not boring.
I mean, it's 100 degrees in the valley today.
Yes, it is.
It is
definitely
hot
here.
outside. That's for sure. How hot are you in Long Beach, Mike?
Oh, he better be nice and cool.
Well, it should be cooler than the Valley,
Oh, of
100
course.
degrees. We're looking forward to seeing you on Tuesday,
Yep.
the 25th, for a quick Disneyland trip before we go to Dallas.
Yep.
On the 27th, which would be, it's 82, he
82.
said.
Oh,
Ah, lucky guy.
Lucky.
It's 100 degrees here in Woodland Hills today. So, yeah. He's got another pizza shop. Yeah, we could talk about that later offline, Dante. And, we don't, Buddy Mix and myself, ACM, we have no problem coming and performing, but we just got to make sure we get the mechanics and the timing right. We got to find out what the pizza shop's willing to do. They got to fly us out there. They got to at least get us a hotel room. We're willing to, play for peanuts, but they're going to at least have to, fly us out there and get us a hotel room. So we'll talk about that later and see what you think about that. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to talk about Sweet Tooth.
Oh, yes.
The last season premiered on Netflix this week.
Yep.
We're also going to talk about The Boys on Amazon Prime. They just released 3 episodes, so we were going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about the Acolyte, the controversial Acolyte that has, of course, has a bunch of Star Wars fans up in arms, and some, and it's being review bombed or whatever by bots and stuff on Rotten Tomatoes, which is not cool, by the way. When I give the review of the Acolyte, whether you agree with me or not, let's be civil with each other. My point of view is going to come from being an actor. I was once an editor and a director. It's going to also come from my point of view as a composer and a musician. So I'm going to give you my honest opinion about the Acolyte.
Yes. My opinion would be.
Hey, save it.
As a fan.
Save it, though. And I'm going to say there's things I like about it, but we're going to talk about that later. That's going to be the prime thing we're going to talk about on this show. And I have very different opinions about different episodes.
Yes.
Let's put it that way. And as you know, I'm very optimistic. I'm the type of guy that sees the glass half full as well. So I'm a little bit more fair and balanced than most people, but I have some strong opinions about especially one of the episodes of the Acolyte.
Yes.
You're going to find out soon. What do you want to start with first?
Sweet Tooth.
Sweet Tooth.
I have a sweet tooth right now. Any sweets?
What would you like?
It's a nice gig. Saltwater taffy.
Saltwater taffy.
Oh, yes.
Boy, I haven't heard about that in a long time.
I haven't had it in a while myself, and it sounds awesome right this moment.
Okay. Well, how about a mug root beer with 71 grams of sugar?
With an ice cream with it, too.
With 143% of your daily sugar in one bottle of mug root beer. Would you like one of those?
That plus ice cream. Right? Make a root beer float.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to start with Sweet Funny. We're going to start with Sweet Tooth. This is the last season. I didn't know. I went in with an open mind. I'm wondering, okay, well, where they're going to go with this. I think the teasers say the beginning is the end or something like that.
Right.
But we're going to do the whole season. We're going to talk about it, give a review for the whole season. Because on Netflix, you can binge watch stuff.
Yes, you can.
Which is one of the things I still like about Netflix.
Yes.
You get all the episodes the first time they premiere, which gives you a lot to watch for sure. And this is what, 8 episodes?
Yes, 8
I think
episodes,
so.
yes.
The official, as you know, all for sci-fi, we have a rating of 0 to 5 stars. 5 stars is the best. If it's 3 stars or less, we don't recommend you stream it or go to the movie theater. I'm going to give this season of Sweet Tooth a 4.85 stars. What do you give it, Captain Rickster?
I'm going to give it a 4.99 stars.
Ooh, you liked almost 5 stars.
Almost 5 stars. I liked it so much. But it's just not quite a 5. But that's why I give it 4.99.
I have to say, this is the best season.
It's actually
of the show.
It is,
and that's saying something because the other seasons were pretty good too. But this season dealt with a lot of the, Sweet Tooth trying to get to Alaska.
Yep.
Trying to find his mom. Trying to figure all this out. They find out about this cave. They're having dreams. He's having these dreams and visions. They have a doctor that looks like he's on his side, but he turns out to be evil.
Mm-hmm.
But then he turns out to be good at the end.
Yeah, one way or the other.
All I have to say is Sweet Tooth. Oh, forgot to mention something. It was great to see Kelly Marie Tran
Yes, she was back.
in it. Dang. Of course, I have a biased opinion because I like Vietnamese women, but she sure is cute. That's all I got to say.
Kidding. She is. She definitely is.
Yeah. I would go in the theater and watch Sweet Tooth. It's
Yes.
it was just a great show. I mean, the writing was good, the music was good, the effects was good. Okay, Mike, we'll catch you later.
catch you later,
You
Mike,
can watch
yeah.
it later
Yeah.
when you hear our review of the rest of the stuff. All right, we'll see you next week. It just overall was great. I mean,
It was great.
There's
It was-
not much.
I enjoyed it.
Not much I could say bad about it.
No,
It was pretty interesting.
it had great music.
Yeah, the
It had
music was good.
Great
The
acting.
effects were spot on.
I think James Baldwin, what was his name?
Who?
Baldwin, James,
What's
the narrator.
Oh, William Baldwin. Was it James or William Baldwin?
I think it's James.
Okay.
James Baldwin. He could have talked a little bit less.
Yes. They had a little bit too much narration.
Yeah,
like
a little bit of
if you go
narration
back
in
to if
this.
you go back to Caravan of Courage, the Ewok movie, they had Burl Ives
Yes.
do the narration, but he wasn't narrating that much.
No.
Yeah.
He was narrating a lot of this one.
Yeah, it was just a little bit too much. That would be my only critique about it.
Yeah, that's why I didn't give it a 5.0.
Did you have a favorite scene in any of the episodes?
Yes, I liked it when he burnt the tree.
You like it when people burn things down,
You
Captain
got
Rickster?
that right.
Yeah.
Let's hope they burn down that oil field too, where those people are all in there.
This is kind of evil for me to say this, but I liked it when they left their mother there and they took off in the plane
Oh, that was great. That was the best part of all.
for being such a racist,
Yeah, racist. You know what?
animal hater. So
She didn't love animals.
she didn't love her grandchildren,
Nope.
and they loved her.
I don't know why,
So.
but the way they mistreated him.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So yeah, we highly recommend Sweet Tooth. Go watch it, binge watch it. I think I watched 6 or 7 of the episodes in one day. Then I watched the last 2. Very good show.
Yes.
And the ending, I like.
Oh, the ending
that was my favorite part.
perfect.
Probably when you went and you saw Sweet Tooth as an old man and he was
Yeah.
talking to his grandchildren.
Well, that's
The
actually
way that was
actually,
one of my favorite parts.
that was
too.
actually James talking.
Was it?
Because if you listen to his voice,
So he played the older Sweet Tooth.
he played the old Sweet
I need to
Tooth,
check
yeah.
that out in the credits, but I didn't notice that.
Mhm.
That's great.
And
I
then
like that.
Little Miss Piggy. I mean, I guess I don't know if those animals ever got married or not, but they had some grandkids there.
Yeah, I mean, some of them did. Yeah, some of them had children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, you see a half pig with half antlers. That's
Mhm.
kind of cute.
Yeah. All right, let's jump to The Boys.
Yes, the boys.
Oh my. The first 3 episodes are out, and it kind of parallels what's going on with our country.
Yes, it does.
I mean, about the woke culture and them
Mhm.
trying to all this stuff that's going on, because Homelander has become this symbol, and he's very evil,
yes.
but he's trying to, split the country apart, and then they have the Starlighters. Well, let's give the official rating for the first 3 episodes of The Boys. And boy, is it raunchy still.
yeah.
It gets an official All for Sci-Fi rating of 4.65 stars. What do you give it, Captain Rickster?
I'm gonna agree with you on this. But since I only got to see the last a little bit of the last
Yeah,
episode,
no, it's good.
I'm gonna watch when I go home. Watch the
It's
rest of
definitely,
it.
again, if you have children, we don't recommend you have them watch The Boys.
That's true.
It's definitely an adult-oriented show. It's made for adults. It's raunchy. It's
Very.
got some very gross things that happen in it, but it's well put together.
Yes.
The acting's great. The music's good. The writing's good. Don't have a lot of bad things to say about that. And the relationships are like Starlander's boyfriend, who was forgot the guy's name. His father is now in a coma, and his mother finally showed up, who disappeared when they were he was a kid. So the dynamics are really good in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the writing is the key to everything, guys. You got to
Right.
have a good writer, right?
Yeah, you have to.
And we're going to talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, really.
Because I have a very big opinion about one of the last episodes. Okay, would you have a favorite scene? We only saw one episode.
I only
saw
saw
all three.
half of one episode.
I mean, I
can't really say anything because I really don't know.
Well, I kind of like how A-Train, the fast
Yeah,
guy. I kind of like how he's starting to feel remorse,
yeah,
being a part of the Seven,
yeah,
and how he's even trying to help out Starlighter and the other group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the government's very weary about all this stuff. And then they got that one senator who's really a super. She's been hiding it.
Uh-huh.
And it's just a well-written show. Was it based on anything or no?
Based off a comic book.
Is it?
Put up, I think it was, it said, let me think who the comic book it came from. Dymatic put it out.
Okay. I mean, it's a good show. Did you say your favorite thing? Favorite scene?
Not really, because I only saw just a
Yeah,
little
you
bit
didn't,
of
that's
it, the third episode, but
yeah, there's some pretty gross things. Definitely,
week.
guys, do not let kids watch this.
True.
You don't want them to learn that kind of stuff at this young of age.
Yeah,
sure.
No kidding.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into the Acolyte.
Everybody's favorite.
I got to tell you, I want to give this show. I'm going to be courteous to the show, and I want to instead of clumping the 3 episodes together, I want to review all 3 episodes separately.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Okay. Let's start with something positive.
Episode 1.
Episode 1, Lost and Found.
Yep.
It's the Acolyte is written by Leslie. What's her name? Highland. Yeah. And if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, I'm sorry. And written by her. And there was something rumor going on that when Kathleen Kennedy heard her pitch, it made her cry.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. It's definitely not in the first 3 episodes that made her cry.
No, not yet.
But let's go with the first episode. Lost and Found gets an official all for sci-fi rating of 4.25 stars. What do you give it, Captain Rickster?
I'm gonna give it the same.
It's a good episode.
It is very good.
I got excited when I saw it.
He really gets excited when he sees things.
It was good. What I liked the most about episode 1 was the fight choreography.
Yes, that was great.
Yes, and even in episode 2 was even better with the guy from Squid Games fighting with May.
Right.
Basically, this show is about May and Osana, these twins. And in the first episode, they talk about a little bit how they got separate. No, they think we don't know that. They think her other twin was killed. So
right.
The mystery's afoot. But they don't know that she's alive. But they figure that out in episode 2. Again, the effects are great. The effects are okay, not great.
Right.
They were pretty decent in the first episode. The writing was okay in the first episode. It didn't knock me off my feet like The Mandalorian.
That's because she wrote it.
I'm not trying to put her down for her writing or her creation, because she directed and wrote this one, and so far it's one of the best out of the 3 episodes.
Right.
What I have a problem with the most is the music in the Acolyte.
Yes, very much.
There is no identifiable main theme, and in Star Wars, you play the Mandalorian theme, you know it right away from Ludwig. Ludwig also wrote the Boba Fett theme.
Yep.
When you hear the Star Wars theme, you know it, right? John Williams. When you hear the Obi-Wan Kenobi theme,
John Williams.
John Williams came out of retirement and composed the series Obi-Wan Kenobi. The theme, you hear a theme and a melody that drives it, so you remember it, right?
Yep, that's right.
I don't remember any of this music from this show.
No.
There is no Acolyte theme, and I even went online because it's on Disney Music.
Yeah.
And I was playing it, and I almost fell asleep listening to the 3-minute theme. I mean, Michael Abels, stop composing music for Star Wars. That's my harshest critique. I don't know who hired him, and I feel bad even talking about a composer like that because I'm a composer. but there's no melody. It's just a bunch of music going all over the place, and it's all over the place.
That's right.
So that was my biggest critique of episode 1 was the music. Let's go on to episode 2.
Yeah.
Episode 2 is called Revenge and Justice, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Let's give the official all for sci-fi rating.
Justice, yes.
The official all for sci-fi rating of this episode is 4.45 stars. It's a little bit better than the first episode. What do you give it, Captain Rickster?
I'm gonna give it 4.40.
Yeah, it's better than the second episode is better than the first episode because it gets a little bit more action and they figure out, what's going on. They're at the Jedi Temple on a different planet.
Yep.
And May's trying to kill this other Jedi who's meditating. And then Soul and all of them, they finally discover that it's not Osana.
Nope.
And they take her there to help her with it. It's just a little bit better.
Yeah.
Than the first one. Again, and the effects, there wasn't that many effects in this because they were on a planet.
Yeah.
But again, the fight choreography between Master Soul and May was just
great.
amazing.
Yeah.
Just amazing. Again, the acting, I can't complain too much about the acting in any of this too. And the editing's pretty good too. But my main gripe again is
Music. The music.
The music was boring again in episode 2.
And by the way, this was a different writer too.
It was a different writer who wrote the episode and a different director. They were both okay on episode 2. What was it? Revenge and Justice?
Yeah, Revenge and Justice.
They both were okay on that episode. Did you have a favorite scene from this episode?
I liked it when she was fighting both of them, and then she made that big giant dust storm, and she disappeared.
And I liked her character, that the guy inside that shop that's helped Manny Aceno, I think his name is, the actor. He does a good job too.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good actor. He made that poison for her too, and he's friendly with her. I mean, all of it was okay. People were complaining about the fat Jedi in this episode. Come on, guys.
Jedi.
That's like calling the pot. What do they call the kettle black or whatever?
Yeah.
I mean, most America is fat. So why are you complaining if there's a fat Jedi?
Really?
I'm fat. Captain Rickster's chubby.
Fat.
You're not fat.
Well, I'm chubby.
Doesn't mean we can't have force powers and be a Jedi or a Padawan. Stop it. Stop being racist. Yeah. So there was a lot of good parts in this episode. So we gave it a little bit higher rating than the first one. Let's go on to the third episode.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Destiny. Episode 3.
Yep, Destiny.
The most decisive episode in Star Wars history is online. And I don't agree with all that stuff. I'm just going to put this out there. I don't care if we have strong woman characters. I don't care what gender they are. I don't care if they're anything. I don't care about any of that stuff. What I care about are human beings, great writing, great music, great acting. All that other stuff doesn't mean anything. So stop telling fandom who don't agree with you that it's because we're male dominated. Because as a male, I want to see a strong woman.
Yeah, me too.
I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with is bad writing, bad special effects, bad music. And episode 3 has everything that just is bad. It's poor writing.
Never made that one.
Poor writing. And they're just rehashing what they told us in the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
So it was unnecessary to even have this episode there. Mm-hmm. And to have a Star Wars show that has a $22 million budget, and they're just rehashing what they talked about in the first 2 episodes, which they shouldn't. We don't need to go back 16 years and see this. No. We didn't even give the rating because we're talking about this. But let's give the official rating. Episode 3 gets 3.0 stars. I don't care if you watch it again.
I agree with you 100%.
It's not a good episode, guys. No. And again, the most boring part of it's the music.
Yeah.
It gets even more absurd with the witches doing this, the power of one, the power of two.
And the power of many.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, it's weak, dude.
Everything's on a thread.
And they changed the whole meaning of the Force.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. George Lucas, if he saw this episode, would be saying, you're destroying Star Wars. It's horrible, guys. It takes away everything Yoda taught us about the Force and George Lucas taught us about the Force.
Yep.
And again, I don't have a problem that it's a bunch of witches and a bunch of women, because I love Dave Filoni and I love the Witches of Dathomir. I love how they were in Ahsoka. I was scared of them. They frightened me in Ahsoka.
Yeah.
These witches, you know, it's like,
Eh.
what's going on with them? They, you know, and the other thing is, if they were so powerful, they were talking in one of the scenes about, oh, this is only 4 Jedis. We could kill them. Yet a fire suddenly knocks all of them dead without even showing how they all died.
Oh, that's my only gripe.
The writing was really, really, really bad in this episode. And I want to give these people proper credit. The terrible director of this episode was called Kogo Nada. So Kogo Nada, your episode was nada good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, that's the truth.
And it was written by Jasmine Flory and Eileen Shim. You guys should stop writing anything. You're horrible. Weak storyline, not explaining anything. And again, I do not blame any of the crew people, because the crew people at Lucasfilm are the best. They work the hardest. They work 12, 14-hour days. The costumes are great. Everything's great about the production level of this, except for the writing and the directing and the music. Michael Abels, don't write anything anymore. I'm going to look you up to see if you wrote anything before. I want to look these writers and directors up to see if they directed or wrote anything before. It was really, really bad, guys.
Oh, yes, definitely.
And I want to love Star Wars. I love everything Star Wars. I watched this episode 3 times. Ask Captain Rickster.
Oh, yeah, he did.
I kept trying to find the good in this episode.
There wasn't
And
any.
no, the
Well,
acting was good.
Acting was good, yes.
Because the actors are decent actors, but
Yeah.
they're acting with the terrible storyline. And where's the $22 million that you're spending per episode, Kathleen Kennedy and Leslie?
Because
Where's it at?
there is
Because
no special effects in this.
the movie Caravan of Courage had 150 matte paintings, and it looked better than the Acolyte, and it only cost $3 million for a 2-hour movie, and you're spending $22 million for a 30-minute piece.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
My gripe is how do those witches die, and how can a fire spread so quickly
In a
mountain?
stone place.
Yeah, it was made out of stone. How could a fire go up a stone like that?
I mean, you could.
What?
You need to have more establishing why it spread so quickly. It's all about the editing. It's all about the filmmaking, and the filmmaking on this level was about a junior high school grade on this episode, or high school. It was horrible.
If that.
It was horrible. And I hate that I'm talking like this, because I'm the biggest. I'm a big Star Wars fan, and some of you may disagree with me, but my point of view is coming from filmmaking.
Yeah.
You know, and composing music.
And mine's coming
as
a fan.
Yeah, the Acolyte theme is so bad. I don't even remember what it's. The chords are the notes. There's no melody. I was telling Captain Rickster earlier today, I think I'm going to write a new theme of music for the Acolyte, and then I'm going to post the video online and say, this is how you write music. And I'm not a great composer. I want to be humble. I'm not a John Williams. I'm not a Ludwig. I'm not anything on that level. But this is really bad. If you can't remember any melody.
I know.
Oh, I've been ranting and raving long enough. Sorry, Captain Rickster. That really got me hot, that last episode.
Oh, it got me hot too, because there was nothing there. And I going, the thread, the Force is not the thread.
It's not just that.
I
don't care
around it.
I don't care that they have 2 mothers and no father.
Yeah.
We live in we're in 2024. We're
21st century.
Yeah, we're like 2 men can have children, 2 women can have children. None of that bothers me. How strong they are, any of that stuff.
No.
It's not about that. It's about bad writing, about bad execution and bad music. So
That's right.
Okay, enough ranting. Sorry about that, guys. But this really got me going. And I like the first episode. I like the second episode more. But I tell you what, since I'm the glass half full kind of guy, I'm really hoping this next 5 episodes, Acolyte, that you completely redeem yourself, and you give me a reason to love you more, and you give me a reason to cry, like Kathleen Kennedy said she cried after Leslie pitched her.
Yeah.
So she greenlighted it. I can't wait to see it. I hope it's true.
I hope this next episode.
I hope it blows us out. I hope it blows us out of the water. Even as long as they get stronger and stronger and stronger, then a big ending. It's great. And maybe it'll have the big payoff. We'll see. All right, guys. That's it for us. Yep. Enough ranting and raving. We had a lot to talk about today, but as we always say at All for Sci-Fi, go out this week and do one act of kindness, because it'll make the world a better place, and it might actually get other people to do the same. Pay it forward. Remember, the Force is with us always.
Yes, it is.
Live long and prosper.
Have a great rest of your weekend. Remember, tomorrow's Father's Day. So
Yes.
happy Father's Day to all your fathers out there.
Happy Father's Day, Dante.
Yep. And have a great weekend. Come back next week. We'll have more
Happy Father's
content.
Day, Captain Rickster.
Thank you. And I'll see you next week.
Ciao.
The following feature presentation is part of the All for Sci-Fi Podcast Network.